come together in the spirit of learning and collaboration. On behalf of the organizing committee, I extend a very warm welcome to each of you. I'm Unika Savitri from STEKOM University as your MC in today's event. We are honored by your presence and I look forward to the rich exchange of ideas and perspective this session promises. Let us embrace this
Okay.
opportunity to learn, connect, and grow together. Once again, thank you for being a part of this distinguished event. It is with great honor and anticipation that we introduce today's keynote speaker, Dr. Aanan, as Associate Professor, Department of CSE from Kamaraj College of Engineering and Technology, India. With a remarkable background and extensive experience in the field, Dr. Anand will be sharing valuable insight on a topic that is not only fascinating but also incredible relevant to our time. The topic is connecting the unconnected, how IoT is making our world smarter, a subject that is not only timely but also deeply relevant to our academic and professional journey. We encourage all attendees to engage actively throughout the session. Please feel free to use the chat box or Q&A feature to share your thought and question. Your participation is what makes this experience truly enriching. We are sincerely grateful for your presence here today and hope this session inspires meaningful reflection and dialogue. Now, let us extend a warm virtual welcome to our speaker, Dr. Aanan. We are delighted and honored to have you with us, and we eagerly look forward to your enlightening lecture. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a warm round of virtual applause to welcome Dr. Aanan as Associate Professor. Time is yours.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yes, yes. Wait. I will share my PPT.
Yeah,
Is it visible?
yes, it's possible.
Okay. Good morning to all of you. Thanks for this opportunity to share my thoughts related with connecting the unconnected. How IoT makes our world smarter. Am I audible, ma'am?
I'm good. How
Yes, yes,
about
yes.
you, sir?
Okay. Okay. I am Dr. A. Anand, working as an associate professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Kamaraj College of Engineering and Technology, Virudhunagar, Tamil Nadu. Happy morning to all of you. First of all, everybody knows, everybody face the technological changes. Today we are having so many wearable gadgets and smart devices fit easily into your daily routine. And also these devices is very much helpful for sharing the information to your health and activities. And another important thing in smart cities, we are having so many sensors around the city. With the help of the sensor, we can easily find out the traffic, save energy, and watch over the environment. And connected system. So with the help of the cloud data, we can connect the devices, can make it easily automated and take some decisions, which is used to improve our lives. So somebody's are students or somebody's are starting your career. So first understand how these devices are connected in such a way to prepare for the future. So and we start the session with some important questions. How many of you use smartwatches? I think nearly 10 to 20% are using the smartwatches. And another thing, how you use Google Map for live traffic, and how does Swiggy track delivery partners in real situations? How this smart AC adjusts temperature automatically. So these are all the questions related with IoT, Internet of Things. So devices which are communicated with each other without human intervention, that is comes under the case of Internet of Things, IoT. Actually, Internet of Things means a standard definition is available. It is a network of physical objects embedded with sensors, softwares, and connectivity to connect and exchange data over the internet. So this is the proper. And another important thing, it is a Internet of Things is an ecosystem of connected devices that exchange data over a wired or wireless network. Actually, Internet of Things consists of devices, connected devices. Connected devices means we have to consider the example as smartphones, laptops, smart electric appliances, smart office equipments, or any device tagged with the sensors. So with the help of these sensors are activated, we have to collect the data. After collecting the data, we can share the information to the cloud for storage, which is used for future references, or we have to share the information for local storage. So this is the thing happen in Internet of Things. So Internet of Things means just we have to connect the devices through internet, through which we can share the information to cloud or some other locations. So here we have to consider what is meant by sensor. So sensors means it collect the data from the physical environments, that is from the real world scenarios. So physical quantity that can be converted into the digital or electrical quantity, that is known as a sensors. Next, actuator means it is a reverse, the form of sensors. That is, it takes the input from the electrical signal and that will be converted into useful work or motion. That is sensors and actuators. So these devices are interconnected together. That is connected through internet, through which we can share the information. Next, the era, that is history of Internet of Things, how the Internet of Things have been evolved. And another important thing, what is the history of internet? So every things first understand the corresponding terms available in IoT. This is the important one. For that case, first thing, during the year 1982, Carnegie Mellon University introduced the quark vending machine. So this is a first milestone happened in 1982. And another important things, during the year 1989, Tim Berners-Lee proposed the framework of World Wide Web, so which is the laid the foundation of internet. During the year 1990, John Ramke developed a toaster that could be turned on and off over the internet. It was a toaster wired to the computer as there was no Wi-Fi. Then this toaster is considered to be the first IoT device, the first thing that became Internet of Things. Researchers and scientists do have a thing for cap line, cold or hot. For that case, during the year 1993, Trojan room coffee pot was introduced by University of Cambridge. And another important one, the term Internet of Things, introduced by Kevin Aston during the year 1999. Kevin Aston, don't forget the term. Next one, the International Telecommunication Report that was introduced during the year 2005. The United Nations International Telecommunication Union acknowledged the impact of IoT in its report during the year 2005. It predicted that IoT helped create an entire new dynamic network of networks. Next, in March 2008, the first IoT conference was held at Zurich. It brought together researchers and practitioners from both academia and industry to facilitate sharing of knowledge. The US International National Intelligence Council included the Internet of Things of one of the 6 disruptive civil technologies. And it can evolve with the help of Gartner researcher. Hype cycle for emerging technologies was introduced during the year 2011. Next, ID's report that was introduced during the year 2013. So this is the thing happened during the Internet of Things evolution. So starting from the First, it will be slowly growing and reach the target nowadays. Nowadays, we are connected with most of the devices with human beings. So this is another diagrammatic representation. So initially, we are having pre-internet. So human to human, we are connected, and we are using fixed and mobile telephony, SMS. After that, Internet of Content, that is the introduction of WWW, World Wide Wide. With the help of that, we can use email, information, entertainment. Next, Internet of Services, that is Web 2.0, which contains e-productivity and e-commerce. So with the help of the Internet of Content plus IT platform and services, Internet of Services was introduced. After that, Internet of People, that is social media was introduced. So Skype, Facebook, YouTube, that will give you a revolutionary changes. After that, Internet of Things, that is machine to machine. So we can easily identify, tracking the devices, monitoring, metering, and semantically structured and shared data. So with the help of that, nowadays we are connected with so many devices. That the thing happen with the help of that Internet of Things. Without internet, nowadays we can't connect with other peoples. Next thing, the internet has evolved from the first phase, that is Internet of Computers. The second phase is very, very important, that is the social media introduction. And third phase is Internet of Things. So first initial stage, that is the early internet era, focused on connecting desktop computers. So with the help of desktop computers, we can connect the servers, enabling email, file transfer, and basic web browsing. Everything happen, and we do some activities. The second thing, with the help of social media, we can transform so many informations, and we can share the file contents, collaborated with others. That's happened during the second level. And the third, today is the IoT era. So we can enable devices to communicate autonomously and collecting data and making decision without human intervention. So this is the thing evolved through distinct phases, starting from the initial situation with the desktop computers, next social media development, next Internet of Things. So this is the thing happen in the IoT. Next, building blocks of IoT systems. So what are all the important components or categories are required to implement IoT? So the first level of building block of IoT is a sensors and actuator. So already we discussed what is when we sensors, what is the actuator. So with the help of the sensors and actuator, we can collect the data from various devices, and that can be stored in the cloud or the local storage. So normally the sensor convert the physical parameter into electrical signals. For example, you have to use temperature sensor, humidity sensor, motion sensor. With the help of temperature sensor, we can calculate the temperature. Motion sensor, we can calculate the motion. And light sensor, pressure sensor. So many sensors are available to calculate the physical environment. And the actuator. So actuator is used to perform the to do some actions. So it can collect the data from the electrical quantity, and that can be converted into work or motion. So that is the actuator. For actuator, we have to consider the example as motors or relays, switches, and servo motors. Everything comes under the case of actuator. So these are all the examples of actuator. Second building blocks of an IoT is the data processing. So in data processing, we have to do some processing. That is, where the data can be processed with the help of so many applications. So we have to use edge computing. It is used for immediate local processing. and the cloud platforms, which is used to store large amount of data, huge volume of data that can be introduced with the help of the cloud platform. Next, real-time stream processing engines, batch processing, everything happened with the help of this data processing. Next, third one is the connectivity protocol. So with the help of the connectivity protocol, we can connect so many devices. For that case, we have to use so many common communication technologies. Suppose we have to use a Wi-Fi, that is for high bandwidth local network. Bluetooth, mainly used for short range applications. Zigbee, that is a low power mesh networks. 4G and 5G, that is a wide area coverage. Ethernet, that is a wired connectivity, which are all comes under the case of the connectivity protocols. So with the help of that, we can easily transform the data from one device to another device, or from one device to cloud or local storage. And another important thing is a user interface. So with the help of that, we can easily connect with the other devices. So these are all the building blocks of an IoT system. So these are all the important components which are working to develop certain systems. Next thing is IoT architecture. So IoT architecture is very, very important. Previously, everybody knows the network OSI reference model. Totally 7 layers are available in the OSI reference model. Now we are having the corresponding IoT architecture. The IoT architecture consists of different layers of technologies, which is very useful for IoT. And another important thing, it is used to relate various technologies and communicate with various devices. So the bottom layer is contains the device layer. So bottom layer is used to provide the user interface for using IoT. So various sensors, that is for example, transportation, healthcare, agriculture, supply chains. So for these type of applications, we are using so many sensors. These sensors are located in the device layer. And another important thing, that is Wi-Fi, Zigbee, Ethernet, Bluetooth, UWB, wired, everything available under the smart device, that is device layer, or sometimes we call it as a sensors layers. So it consists of wireless sensor network, sensors, and various devices, physical devices, all are available in the corresponding low level layer. Next one is the network layer. So network layer mainly contains robust and high performance network infrastructure, mainly used for communication requirements for latency, bandwidth, or security. And it allows multiple organizations to share the same network dependency, and mainly used for encryption, signal processing, SIM module, GSM, microcontroller, embedded are used in the network layer. So network layer consists of network related. So it consists of gateway network, everything available in the network communication layer. And another important thing of network layer is massive volume of data that can be produced by this tiny sensor, and this requires to robust and high performance wireless network infrastructure as a transport medium. So this network acts as a medium between application service support layer and application layer and the physical layer. So from the physical layer, we have to connect or generate so many data with the help of the sensors that can be transferred to the application support layer with the help of the communication or network layer. Next one is the application support layer, or sometimes known as service layer. So with the help of the service layer, we can capturing periodic sensory data. And another important thing, data analytics, that is information from massive amount of raw data that can be happen in this one. And streaming analytics, security and privacy of data, everything supported with the help of the application support layer. So application support layer consists of virtual entity and IoT business process management, security, data management, data convergence, everything happen with the help of the service support layer. And another important thing, this service layer that will support the processing of information possible through analytics, security controls, process modeling, and management of devices. And the important feature of this layer is the business and process tool engines. And another important thing, IoT bring connection and interaction of objects and system providing information in the form of events or contextual data such as temperature of goods. Everything happen with the help of the service layer, application support layer. Finally, the application layer. So the application layer is used to develop the application with the support of physical layer, network layer, service layer, and application layer. We have developed so many application. So application means it consists of smart devices. With the help of the smart devices, we have developed so many IoT related applications. So this is the overall architecture of the IoT. So previously we define IoT. Next, we have to consider the important components of IoT. Next, IoT architecture. That's another important level of components. And what are all the core technologies available in Internet of Things? So first important core technology is the cloud computing. So cloud computing is used to store large volume of data, mainly used for processing the data. After do some processing and analysis, we can easily download the data. So this cloud technology mainly used to generate massive data, and also it is mainly used for storage, security, computing power, global accessibility, cloud accessing, everything happened with the help of the cloud computing. And the functionality of cloud means device management, security messaging, data analytics, AI integration. These are all the applications of cloud. So different types of cloud platforms are available. So AWS cloud, Azure cloud, Google cloud, so many cloud platforms are available. The user requirements, based on the user requirement, the user choose any one cloud platform and store the informations and do some processing. Next one is the next important point related with the cloud computing is the different types of services supported with the IoT cloud computing. So first important service is the infrastructure as a service, IaaS, and another one is the PaaS, platform as a service, and next one is the SaaS, that is software as a service. So everybody, most of the members know aware about this cloud computing services. What is one by infrastructure as a service? So another one, platform as a service. So infrastructure as a service means the client can use the storage to install and manage operating systems. With the help of that, we can develop the desired application. So infrastructure as a service. And platform as a service means the client can install, build, and modify and develop so many control applications. Software as a service means clients can access and use software remote location using web browsers. So, for example, you have to consider Google documents. So, these are all the different computing services available in the cloud. Next, what are all the benefits of cloud computing? So many applications, so many benefits are available with the help of the cloud computing. That is automated backup, multi-tenant solution provided by the vendors, and modern web-based integration, web and mobile access from anywhere. See, these are all some of the benefits of cloud computing. So many advantages are also available for cloud computing. And with the help of the cloud computing, we can save the money, data, and time with the help by the user. And it is used to reduce the infrastructure cost and capacity and scalability. And it is used to provide reference agent infrastructures. So these are all the importance, benefits, advantages of cloud computing. Second core technology is big data analytics. Actually, big data analytics means that is collection of data whose volume, velocity, or variety is too large and difficult to store. So since the sensors and actuators that will generate so many huge volume of data. So in order to handle the data, we are use that technology as big data analytics. So big data analytics, with the help of the big data analytics, we can easily handle huge volume of data. So how the big data analytics works? So in this big data analytics, after collecting the data, we have do some activities. That is, first we have to cleaning the data. After that, we have to wrangling the data. Next, processing the data. After processing the data, we have to do some visualization. So this is the thing happen in the step-by-step process of handling huge volume of data by big data analytics. And another important things, the characteristics of big data. So three different views, three V's are supported, associated with the characteristics of big data analytics. The first one, variety, that is, it is used to related with the different types of data, that is structured data, unstructured data, semi-structured data. So based on the user application or user requirements, we can choose the choice. So whether we use structured data or unstructured data or semi-structured. Next, velocity of data. That is, velocity means related with speed. So speed at which the data can be processed. That is, we can process the data in the form of batch processing, real-time processing, stream processing. That's the thing happen in velocity. And the third V is known as volume. So volume means we can refer the amount of data. How much amount of data that can be transferred from one device to another device, or how much amount of data that can be transferred from the collected sensors to the cloud. So it is in the form of different records, transaction files, and tables. So the core technology, first one is a cloud, second one is the big data analytics related with the IoT. So big data analytics mainly constituted or considered for handling huge volume of data. And third, before going to the third one, these are some of the examples of this big data analytics. So with the help of the big data analytics, we are handling large amount of data. So it is mainly used for web applications, e-commerce application, and here we are having one diagrammatic representation which is used to handle the calculate the weather monitoring system and location tracking. So these are all some of our applications of the corresponding big data analytics. So the sensors data generated from the sensor is very, very large. With the help of the IoT technology, that is big data analytics, we can easily handle the data. And the third application, that is artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence that is used to breaches intelligence into IoT systems and enabling devices to recognize patterns, detect anomalies, and make autonomous decisions without human programming for every scenario. So with the help of this, we can easily recognize some patterns and mainly used for anomaly detections and do some decision making activities. So machine learning models normally identify the patterns and detect deviations. And it is mainly used for broad direction in financial transactions and autonomous systems, which is used to take some decisions, real-time decisions that can be handled with the help of the artificial intelligence. And the fourth core technology related with IoT is edge computing. So it is used to represent the paradigm shift from the centralized cloud processing to distributed computation. So with the help of that, the centralized data that can be decentralized. And another important thing, moving data processing very closest to the data sources. So with the help of the edge computing, we can easily address latency, bandwidth, privacy challenges. And the advantage of edge computing, it is mainly used to reduce the latency. And another important thing, bandwidth. Okay, so these are all the things happen in the case of edge computing. So first one, cloud computing. Second one, big data analytics. Third one, artificial intelligence. And the fourth one, edge computing. So these are all the core technologies available in IoT. Next one, smart objects. So what is meant by smart object? How to connect the smart objects? Actually, smart object means the objects which are connected to the internet that can be easily identified and communicated with other devices. That is known as the smart objects. So the main aim of this smart object is to digitizing the applications and process make easier and more efficient. Suppose we are to consider one device. The device is not connected with the internet means that is normally called it as a device. Suppose we are connecting this device with the internet means immediately it is called it as a smart object or smart device. With the help of the internet connected device, we can easily access the data and the data that can be sent from one place to another place. Okay. So in this smart object, sensors, actuators, communication devices, and the corresponding devices embedded into objects. So, for example, we have to consider the thermometers, car engines, light switches, gas meters. These are all the devices with the embedded applications. So, what is meant by smart object? The device which are connected with the internet, that is known as a smart device or smart object. With the help of the smart device or smart object, we can easily share the information or send the information from one place to another. And the smart object characteristics. What are all the characteristics are required for a smart object? The first one is the processing unit. So processing unit is used to process the information. And to collect the data, we are requiring sensors and actuators. Next, communication device. With the help of the communication device, we can connect the data or send the data from one place to another place. Next, another important thing, power sources, which are required to activating the devices. So this is the diagrammatic representation for sensors. So many sensors are available, so many actuators are available. With the help of the communication devices, we can receive the instructions as well as send the data from one place to another place. And another important thing is different protocols. Actually, what is meant by protocols? Normally, protocols means set of rules which are defined for a specific applications. Here we are having so many protocols which are very much useful in a IoT applications. The first protocol is IEEE 802.15.4. So it is a old one, but it is mainly used for wireless protocol for connecting smart objects. And another variation in IEEE 802.15.4 protocol is the G variation and E variation. It is mainly used for smart city deployment applications. And another protocol, that is IEEE 1901.2a. It is a technology for connecting smart objects over power lines. And 802.11ah is another protocol mainly used to built on the well-known Wi-Fi standards. And LoRaWAN protocol, this is also very much useful for power applications. So what is meant by smart objects? How will you connect the smart object? So the smart objects are connected with the help of the internet, and we can process huge volume of data. Next. So we are having so many sensors, actuators. With the help of the sensors and actuator, we are collecting so many data, huge volume of data that can be transformed to cloud or stored in any other local devices. Next, how will you connect the sensors? For that application, for that case, we are using Arduino. So we are having so many variations in Arduino. That is Arduino UNO, Arduino Mega, Arduino Nano. So many variations are available in Arduino board. With the help of the Arduino, we can easily connect the sensors. So the sensor associated with the particular object or locations, physical environment. So with the help of the sensor, we can extract the information from the physical environment, and that can be transferred to some other devices. So why we use this Arduino board? Actually, Arduino board is a prototype platform. It is a hardware, and it is having one important software, that is Arduino IDE. With the help of the Arduino IDE, we can easily connect the sensors. So the Arduino consists of circuit board. With the help of the circuit board, we can easily program. So it is a microcontroller. Don't forget it. It is a microcontroller. Actually, microcontroller means which is used for a specific application or designed for a specific application. And one more software is available. Already I pointed out, that is Arduino IDE, that is integrated development environment. So with the help of the Arduino IDE, we can write and upload the computer code to the physical board. So the various variations are available in Arduino, that is Arduino UNO, Arduino Mega, and another Arduino Nano board is also available. Normally Arduino Mega having 2560. Its number is Atmega 2560. It is a microcontroller. Its operating voltage is 5 volts, and its recommended input voltage is in the form of 5 volts to 12 volts. Next, its input voltage range is 6 volt to 20 volts. The digital input output pins, totally 54 pins are available. Among the 54 pins, 15 of them pins will supply PWM, that is pulse width modulation output, and totally 16 analog pins are available. So DC current normally for in each input output pin use 40 milliamps. And another important thing, flash memory is also available in the Arduino board. So this is the diagrammatic representation of Arduino board. I think 10 to 20% of the people are aware about this Arduino Mega. That is Arduino Mega Atmega 2560 microcontroller. It is mainly used to connect the sensors. With the help of the devices, we can easily collect the information. So this is the diagrammatic representation. We are having pulse width modulation inputs. For serial communication, we are having so many pins and inputs. We are having digital inputs and analog inputs. So for that application, we are having digital pins and analog pins. And what are all the applications of this Arduino Mega devices? It is mainly used for developing 3D printers, controlling and handling more than one motors, interfacing number of sensors, sensing and detecting temperatures, water level detection projects. So these are all some of the applications of Arduino Mega. Next thing, with the help of the Arduino Mega, how to control a small devices, how to connect the small devices. Suppose you are using one LED. So how to connect the light emitting diode LED with the help of the Arduino hardware. For that case, already I told that is Arduino IDE software is available. In the Arduino IDE software, we are having two important components. One is a setup component and another one is a loop component. So setup component consists of the mode setup and the corresponding the input output configurations, everything available in the setup mode. And the loop mode, we are having so many executable statements. So delay statements, digital write statements. So many execution statements are available in the looping statements. So in the setup loop, here we are using LED. So LED can be used as the output mode. So LED initially set to the 8th pin. So pin mode, LED automatically used for output mode. And here we are having the corresponding serial begin 9600. This is for pulse width modulation. And another important thing, the digital write. So we have to write the output in the LED with a high value, next to delay. Next, we have to give the low. So in this way, the on and off that can be provided in the LED connectivity. The other side, we are having LDR, that is light dependent register, mainly used to control the light intensity. So light intensity, here we are having the setup. Here LED is used as an output and LDR is used as an input. So the input LDR is connected to the pin, analog pin A0. Here we are having the void setup serial begin, that is a baud rate. And next pin mode. So LED having output mode and pin mode having input mode for LED. Actually, it is wrongly mentioned. Pin mode, LED output, pin mode, LDR as an input. So wrongly mentioned, sorry. Next, we have to mention the LDR status, that is a variable initially declared. So LDR status is a variable which is used to read the analog signal. Next, after reading the analog signal, we have to check whether the value, already we are having some threshold value. With the help of the threshold value, which is less than or equal to 80, means we have to say the corresponding LED having high or it is having low technology. So that is the thing happen in the corresponding thing. So with the help of this, we can easily control the light intensity. And another important thing, so various IoT applications. So how the IoT that can be used for various applications across various industries. So we are having smart home. So in the smart home application, we are having various light, fans, switches, everything that can be controlled with the help of the smart home application. That is a IoT control devices and smart lighting application. With the help of the smart lighting application, we can control various light applications, AI-powered cameras, smart thermometers. So these are all the various applications of IoT. And what are all the benefits of using these IoT applications? That is, we can save energy and we can provide the security and we can provide some convenience. So these are all things happen in industry side. Come to the case of healthcare side applications. So mainly used for fitness trackers, remote patient monitoring, smart insulin pumps, predictive analytics. These are all some application in the healthcare side. So with the help of these healthcare devices, we can easily detect the things what happen in the body and we can provide personal treatments and reducing the hospital visits. These are all the healthcare applications. Next thing, industrial IoT. IoT, industrial IoT, it is mainly used for predict the maintenance, quality inspections, asset tracking. So with the help of the asset tracking, we can easily track the assets, energy optimization, how the energy that can be optimized in the industry sector, how the industry utilize these IoT devices. That's an important, remarkable achievement in the IoT era. So what are all the benefits? It is used to, industrial IoT is used to reduce the downtime and mainly used for increasing the productivity and mainly other important thing is it is improved the safety. So these are all things happen in industrial IoT side. So industrial side, industrial IoT, healthcare side. So these are all some applications which are very much useful for the corresponding users. Next is smart cities. So in smart cities, we are having so many sensors and actuators. With the sensors and actuators, we can control lights, fan, and another appliances, everything. So with the help of the smart cities application, we can smart traffic signal. So we can easily find out the voluminous of the traffic. Suppose in any of the traffic, huge volume of traffic available means immediately we can easily clear the traffic and waste management. So we can easily detect the waste, how much amount of food, everything wasted. That's also easily identified. Air quality monitoring. So we can easily monitor the air qualities, air level, environment protections. So these are all the significance, benefits of smart city IoT applications. So what are all the futures of IoT? So futures of IoT means it is related with AI, artificial intelligence, and edge computing plus 5G applications. So these are all the futures of IoT. So here we have to consider artificial intelligence at edge application, real-time inferences, and ultra low frequency. Next, high bandwidth network slicing. So in that areas, this IoT can be evolved more and more. And another important thing, autonomous systems, self-driving vehicles. So important application nowadays available, self-driving vehicle, drones, industrial robots. So these are all the things available. That is in future. These are all the things evolve in the next stages. So overall, without internet nowadays, without internet and IoT, we can't share the information. And nowadays, most of the people we are Facebook, Twitter, everything. So without that, we can't realize what's happened in the world. And another important thing, IoT connect physical devices to digital systems. So with the help of the IoT, we can easily connect the physical devices. With the help of the physical devices, we can retrieve the information very quickly, and that can be shared with any other devices. And another important thing, we can devise various applications with the help of the sensors and actuator. We can connect the devices through which we can collect the information, and that can be put it in the cloud and do some activity processing with the help of various technologies and transforming industries. So we are having so many industries, transforming industries, digital informations are transformed. So these are all the things happen in the corresponding IoT side. So IoT means first the devices which are connected with the internet. That's the first point through which we can share the information. And that we discussed about how the devices can be interconnected. For that case, we have to use various architectures, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. So what are all the different layers available? So in each and every layer, how the devices are interconnected in the lower level physical devices. Next, physical devices collect the information, and that can be transferred with the help of the network layer, and that can send to the supporting layer, finally application layer, which is used to develop the applications. So very, very important thing, IoT architecture. And another important thing, the core technologies. So different core technologies, that is, first one is the cloud computing. Second one is the big data analytics. And third one is the artificial intelligence. The fourth one is the edge computing. And the fifth one, so many core technologies are available. I will limit it only up to 4 technologies. And what is a smart object? So the devices which are connected with the internet means that is a smart object. How the smart objects are interconnected? For that case, we have to use the sensors, actuator, and communication devices. So what are all the characteristics? 4 important characteristics of smart objects, that is processing unit, sensors and actuator, communication device, power source. Next, how the sensors can be interconnected and handling the data from different sources or devices. For that case, we have to use the Arduino board. So what are all the key features of Arduino? And that is Arduino Mega, general structure of Arduino Mega, and what are all the different application of Arduino Mega, and the different applications. So industrial side, healthcare side, everything we will consider. So with the help of the Arduino, so how the light emitting diode that can be interconnected and act the LED as a on and off condition, and the light dependent resistor, that is which is mainly used for intensity, control the light intensity, how the light intensity will be controlled. For that case, one simple program also discussed. So thank you guys. Thank you for your wonderful support and patience. If you have any
Okay.
queries, yes.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Anand, for such an enlightening and thought-provoking presentation. We will
Okay,
now
thank you.
begin our Q&A session, where you can engage directly with our esteemed speaker and explore connecting the unconnected, how IoT is making our world smarter is greater depth. If you have any question, please don't hesitate to type them in the chat or use the raise hand feature. We look forward to lively and enriching discussion. Okay, we have many questions from all the participants. I'll read the question from Harinoa. Good afternoon, sir. How do we balance the convenience of IoT with the need for humans to remain in control of their own environment?
Repeat the question.
Okay. How do we balance the convenience of IoT with the need for humans to remain in control of their own environment?
So IRT, information retrieval technique, which is mainly used to retrieve the information. So through the devices, we can easily retrieve the information. After retrieving the information means we can process and we have developed any required structure of data. With the help of that, we can easily control the human applications. So IRT, we are having so many techniques. So through which we are having retrieve the data. After retrieving the data, we can easily control the applications.
Okay, thanks for the
Yes.
answer. The next is from Sebastian Reynal. In your opinion, what is the most critical component that makes a device truly smart in IoT ecosystem?
IRT
Ecosystem.
ecosystem.
Yes.
What? IRT ecosystem, I don't have the much amount of knowledge related with the IRT ecosystem. If I, if, if I, if you need, I will collect the information and will share it.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, yes.
The last question from David Patano. Excuse me, sir. I would like to ask, what is the simple way for a beginner to start building their own basic IoT project at home?
So IRT project means, first of all, you must aware about the artificial intelligence, that is supervised, unsupervised learning. First, this is a very, very important requirement. So first you have to use any one specific algorithms, whether it is a supervised or unsupervised. We are having in unsupervised, so many algorithms are available. So decision making and the nearest neighbor, so many algorithms are available. So with the help of that algorithm, first we have to download the data set. So based on your application, first download the data set first. After download the data set, we have to apply the algorithm. After applying the algorithm, we have to do some activities. That is the important one. So algorithm, next data set. So mostly the data set is retrieved from, downloaded from Kaggle data set. With the help of that, we can easily implement any IRT applications. Thank you, ma'am. Any other questions? Ma'am? No, ma'am? Hello, ma'am. Am I audible?
Hello?
Hello? Yes. Am I audible?
Okay. I- Is it audible?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Audible.
Okay. I'm sorry for the connection is trouble. Okay.
Okay,
Mr.
okay.
Anand, thank you so much for the
Thank you.
answer and thanks for setting with us.
Yes.
The next Okay, all of the participants. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for the connection is trouble. Okay, I will next. Let's continue the next. Our distinguished speaker, Dr. Chiuma Maheswari, as Assistant Professor, Department of CSE from Kamaraj College of Engineering and Technology, India. Okay, with a remarkable background and extensive experience in the field, Dr. Uma will be sharing valuable insight on a topic that is lock it down, simple ways to protect your digital life. Let's be real, our digital lives are everything from social media to online banking, from work document to private chat. It's all there, but how safe we are really. Dr. Uma will be quite a through simple, practical step to keep our data secure and our minds at ease. A subject that is not only timely but also deeply relevant to our academic and professional journey. We encourage all attendees to engage actively throughout the session. Please feel free to use the chat box or Q&A feature to share your thought and question. Your participant is what makes this experience truly enriching. We are sincerely grateful for your presence here today and hope this session inspires meaningful reflection and dialogue. Now, let us extend a warm virtual welcome to our esteemed guest speaker, Dr. Chiuma Maheswari. We are delighted and honored to have you with us, and we eagerly look forward to your enlightening lecture. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a warm round of virtual applause to welcome Dr. Chiuma Maheswari as Assistant Professor, Department of CSE to the stage. The time is yours.
Madam, can you hear me, madam? Yes, am I audible?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, it's audible.
Shall I share my screen?
Yes, sure.
Is the screen visible, madam?
Yes.
Welcome international webinar. And today is lock it down. What are the simple ways to protect ourselves in our digital life? So when we are connected through online, what are the simple ways to protect our digital credentials? And I am Dr. G. Uma Maheswari, Assistant Professor from Department of Computer Science and Engineering from Kamaraj College of Engineering and Technology, Tamil Nadu, India. So the agenda what I have taken is, so this is the content being delivered in this session. So first, what is digital life, why it matters, and then what are the common threats what we face in our day-to-day life, and next thing is what are the simple techniques or methods to protect ourselves when you are connected through online, and then what are the simple habits that we have to build to protect ourselves. So what is the security hygiene we do have to protect ourselves, and then what are the AI tools available for protection and the key takeaways. So what you can implement in the digital life. So this is the agenda to be dealt. So what is digital life? So it is nothing but it is a part of a person's experience. So even a person is maybe technically strong, or he may not have the technical knowledge, but in today's scenario, every person operates through digital technologies and internet. So though he may be knowing the technology behind that, or he may not be knowing the technology behind that, but everybody started using the digital technologies and internet. For example, email and messages. So everybody is using email and messaging for communication. And then nowadays, banking and transaction payments or financial transaction are done through online. So many of them are doing digital transactions only. And then many people are using social media profiles, post, and then photos. And then, so to make the ease of comfort, we are storing our documents and other things in the cloud, so that we can retrieve it later. And then many of them have shopping accounts. So many e-commerce sites, so they will ask us to make an account of ourselves, and we will do the shopping in that account. And then in the academic and then in the work industry, so all we have a professional identity to enter in the academic institution. So all these things are connected through internet only. So in all these things, we are sharing our digital credentials. So when we do like that, we have to be protected. So even though we are sharing the digital credentials, we have to be protected. So how this could be done? So this is the statistics taken from internet. So a common person, how much time he is spending in the online activity. So what is the type of activity and how much hours he is spending a day? For example, overall internet, he is spending 6 hours, 40 minutes of time. And then in watching the social media, an average of 2 hours, 20 minutes time is spent by a person. And in video streaming, he is spending 2 hours of time. And in messaging, he is spending 1+ hour time in a daily life for a common person. So this is the statistics given for India specific statistics for a common man. An average Indian user, he is spending 7+ hours per day in the online. So he is doing many online activities by spending 7+ hours of time. And when we consider a youth who is above 16 years of age and below 24 years of age, he is spending nearly 8 to 9 hours of a day in doing his online activities. So this is the statistics taken about the online activities spent by a common person. So the cyber criminals. So what is the value of the digital identity? So the topic is in day-to-day life, we are sharing many digital credentials. Because we are having a digital life. And then, so what is the value of a digital identity? So it has a price. Every digital identity, it will be having a price. The cyber criminals, they will buy and also they will sell this information daily. So what is the price of our digital identity? This is the black market price for a digital identity, what we are sharing. So for an email and password, they are selling and buying it for nearly $1 to $5. And for credit card details, so they are having a price of $10 to $50. And if it is a full identity, like date of birth and then address, like our residential address or date of birth, so they will account a price of $100 to $500. And medical records, if they are hacking some medical records, and if they are buying and selling it, so they are sold for $250 to $1,000. And then hack the social media account, so it is bought and sold for $20 to $50. And if it is a bank login, it is sold up to $200. So this is the black market price that is given for a digital identity. So see here how valuable is our digital identity. So we have to protect this digital identity. So how we have to do it? So the good news is the simple step to protect our digital identity is, so we have to make it much harder to steal. So if it is transferred in a simple way, it will be very easy to steal. So we have to make it much harder. So this is one simple method we can use it. So I have said that what is a digital life and what are the digital identities we are sharing, and what is the market price for the digital identity. So what is the consequence of losing? So when your identity is lost, so what will be the consequence of losing the digital identity? For example, when some unauthorized transaction is done, when the banking account is hacked, when some unauthorized transaction is done, or there is a drained bank account. So what is the consequence means? We will be having a financial loss. And then sometimes we will be locked out of our own email, our own social media profile, our own work portal. So what is the consequence of that? The account will be taken. It means that the account will be taken over by them, and they will be using that account for sending some malicious emails or some malicious post in the social media. And then when the loans are taken in your name, some fraudulent activity will be happening through that that thing, and the consequences is our identity will be theft. So our reputation will be damaged. So the next thing I have given that. So our reputation will be damaged when they are making a fake post through our social media profile and are making an embarrassing leaks. And then if your identity is used for some illegal activities, so we will be facing a legal trouble, and this will all lead to mental stress. So it will take a months to recover, and we will lose the trust what others have on us. So this is a consequence of losing our digital identity. So it is very important to protect our digital life. So being hacked, it does not mean that it is just an inconvenience. So many people, they have lost their life savings, they have lost their job, and they have lost their peace of mind by losing their digital identity. So we have to be aware of these attacks. So what are the attacks happening? So we have to be aware of that. So what are the 4 major threats that is happening for our digital identity? So these are the 4 categories of threats: phishing, malware, weak passwords, and then public Wi-Fi. So these are the 4 threats. So that is targeted towards the person's digital identity. Phishing. So what is mean by phishing means? So they will be using some fake emails or fake messages, and they'll be sending that to steal our credentials, our digital credentials. So how this will happen? So when a fake email is sent or fake message is sent, suppose if we are not very cautious, some malicious links will be there. We'll be clicking on that, and some malicious things will be happening. And another one threat is malware. So what is that? So there are many types of malware like virus, ransomware. So it is like a software, ransomware or spyware. So how it happens means, we will be miscellaneously we will be downloading some softwares or downloading some infected files by clicking some links. When we click some links without caution, then some software will be downloaded in our system. So this software, it will be leaking some useful credentials. And then weak password, this is one threat. So when we keep a weak password for a particular login, then that password will be easily guessed or stolen. So how it happens? So normally all the people have the habit of reusing even I do have the habit of reusing the same password for many logins. So that should not be done. And we will not be using any 2-factor authentication. Actually, we have to enable the 2-factor authentication for all our logins. And next thing is public Wi-Fi. Suppose commonly when we are making some banking transaction, we should not use some public Wi-Fi. So we have to use our private network to connect to the bank and then to make our transaction. So these are the 4 major threats that are targeted towards stealing our digital identity. So I have given one case study, what happened already, a phishing attack example I have given here. The real story is there was a scam which happened in 2020 that is called as Twitter Bitcoin scam. So what happened is They targeted 130 high-profile Twitter accounts. So in that high-profile account, even the victims included are the big persons, the VIPs like Elon Musk, Barack Obama, Bill Gates, and then Kanye West. So what they did is the attackers posted some fake Bitcoin giveaway tweets. So they have tweeted to give away the Bitcoins. So by that tweets, they have stolen nearly $1,80,000. Within an hours, they have stolen $1,80,000. So this is the real story. This is a phishing attack which happened in 2020. So when we search in net, so likewise, there are more number of phishing attacks that were happening. So what they do, the attackers, what they do is they will be using some phone-based social engineering. Social engineering is nothing but we do not use any softwares or any tools. They'll be just interacting with the persons and they'll be getting some useful information from them. So that is named as social engineering attack. So what they did is they called the Twitter employees and they pretended to be an pretended to be from IT sector, and they have asked them to reset the credentials and they accessed the internet tools. So when we are called through phone to reset our credentials, or when we have a message in our phone, likewise, please reset your password. So we have to be cautious on that. So we have to be first check that whether the sender is a good source or not. So we have to check that and we have to reset the password. We should not click any malicious link. So this was a technical hack. So it is a mostly phishing attack happens like this. So what is the awareness for this phishing attack? What is the awareness? We have to have to recover from this phishing attack means that we have to see that whether the sender is a malicious one or not. So we have to first when an email is when we get an email, we have to first see the sender. For example, see here the sender name is support@amazon.com. In Amazon, the spelling of the word after Z, the O will be coming. So this is the correct spelling. But instead of that, they have used 0. So likewise, by changing one letter or one word, so it seems to be a correct one, but it is a malicious one. So we have to first look the sender. So even in the Microsoft corporation, there was a phishing attack. So there are many customers, they have received mail from Microsoft.com. So in the Microsoft, we will be having the starting letter M, but they pretended to be RN. So they have just typed as RN, but it looks like M. So likewise, they made a phishing attack. And then in that email, in that phishing email, we will be getting an urgent language. That is, they'll be threatening you or they'll be making you panic. So likewise, your account will be closed in 24 hours. So you will be getting an urgent language like that. Or in some places, there will be a generic greeting, likewise, dear customers. They won't mention your name. So the generic name will be mentioned there. And then there will be, these are some signs for the phishing attack. There will be a bad grammar. So there will be many misspellings. There will be awkward phrasing. And then some suspicious links will be there at the end of the mail. So when you see a link, so you have to hover your mouse upon that link. So it will just remember you whether it is an correct link or a suspicious link. So these are the signs for the phishing attack. So normally this phishing attacks happen, they will try to create panic so that you will be acting without thinking. So when we read a mail, we will be getting panic, so we won't think. So we will be immediately reacting on that. So we will be resetting the password, we will be clicking the links. That should not happen. And then we have to slow down, we have to check the details and never click links from unknown sources. First to see the source. So whether the source is not known to you, please don't click the links. And then many of them they are using social media. They will have their own account in social media. So what is the awareness we have to have when we are using social media logins? That thing is, so we should not share the information like birthday. So our birthday date should not be shared, because often we will be using our birthday date as password. So that should not be shared. And you should not share your location information. So normally in social media, many people, they will be sharing home address and travel plans they will be sharing. So that information should not be shared. And then many people have the habit of having their family names, their family person names as their password choices. So that should not be, family names should not be shared in the social media. And then when we are creating a login, normally when we are creating login, they will be asking us to set some security question. So in the security question, they will be asking some question about our school or college where we have studied. So that information that should not be shared in our social media account. And our travel plans, travel post. So don't share your travel post or plan in the social media account. So this is the awareness we have to have when we are using the social media. So oversharing on social media gives the hackers answers to all the security questions. So what all the security question, what all the answers they need. So when they hack your social media account, they'll be getting all the information. So we should just share the only the essential information in the social media account. So we should not overshare the information. So be mindful of what you make public. So the information what you are making public, so we should be cautious on that. And so when we are creating logins, so normally we will be setting a password. So the password is one important thing. So what makes a password weak? So we should not use a weak password. So weak password, how it looks like. So normally people would be using a password like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Even I am in some emergency cases, when I want to complete it fast, I will be using a password like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But this should not be used. And then some persons, they will be using password as password. Even the word password is used as password, still widely used. That should not be done. And then we'll be using our name, our birthday date, even the word like admin, they will be using a password like this. That should not be done. And then reusing the same password across many sites should not be done. So even I am using that, so I have to correct it myself. So we should not keep a password, weak password like this, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, password, name, birth date, admin, reusing the same password across sites. That should not happen. So how to make our password strong? How we can make a strong password? So it has to be around 12 or more characters. So we have to use 12 or more characters to make a password. And to make it more stronger, what you have to use is, we have to have a mix of uppercase letter, lowercase letter, number, symbols. See the third one. So you can use a passphrase like, for example, blue, hyphen, elephant, dollar, jump, 42. So this is a strong password. So when we are keeping the strong passwords like this, so a common man can have 100 plus or 200 plus online accounts. So when we are making a strong password like this, we could not remember. It is incapable of remembering all the passwords. So what we have to use is, we will be using having a password manager. So we have to store all our password manager all our passwords in our password manager, and we can remember at least, and only one master password can be remembered by us. Others will be stored securely in our password manager. So that is what given here. An average person can have 100 plus online accounts. So it is hard to remember the 100 unique accounts. So for remembering 100 unique accounts, you can remember one strong password. That is the password of your password manager. And next thing is, even though when we are storing all the password in password manager, so one step of authentication is not at all enough. So if you are typing our login name, and if you are typing our password, and we are entering into a site, that is not enough. We have to use, we have to have the habit of two-factor authentication. So this two-factor authentication should be enabled in all the sites. So we have to double lock all the accounts. So what is two-factor authentication in the sense that, so it will be checking something you know. So it will be checking two things, something you know and something you have. So it will be checking two things in these ways. First thing is it will be asking us to type the password. When the password is typed, it will be sending a code, a particular code to a phone or our device, electronic device, what we are using. What are some common examples? So normally for Gmail and then Microsoft Outlook mails, we have some authenticator apps. So when we log in into our Gmail account from some other device, what we are normally using, so it will be sending the code to this authenticator app. So this app should be installed in your mobile phone, what you are using. So that code should be entered here. So that code will be displayed in the device where you are logging in. So for example, 59 code is there. So the 59 code should be entered into your authentication app here in your phone, and you have to enter it and you have to give the permission. So if the permission is given in your phone, next you can reach your login. So you can enter inside your login. So likewise, we may also ask to send a text message or an SMS code to your phone or to your Gmail. So you can enter the code there, or to the phone, we may be asked to send the SMS code, and through email also some code to send to email, and that email code that can be entered there. So likewise, we should have this two-factor authentication. So we have to double lock our accounts. So if someone steal our password also, this two-factor authentication will stop them, because so we need another one device to enter into the login. So they need our physical phone or need our physical device what we are using. So from the physical device only we will be enabling them to log in. And next thing is, when we are using many websites, they will be protecting the website through secure shell. So that is called as SSH. So what is SSH? It is a protocol for securely accessing the remote computers. So when you are accessing a remote server or a remote site, for example, I am purchasing something through Amazon, Flipkart. So likewise, I am accessing a remote server or site. So I should be protected when I am sharing when I'm making some transaction through online, my information should be protected. So this protection is done through secure shell. So actually it is a protocol. So normally in network we have 7 layers of protocol. So this secure shell, it is enabled in transport layer. So it is enabled in the 4th layer of the network to make our transaction securely. So why you have to use secure shell? So it will encrypt the information what we are sending, like password, commands, data. So all the information shared between you and the remote servers, it will be encrypted. So this prevents eavesdropping and session hijacking. And then so it is very essential for all the developers, admins, and then the cloud users. So we have to enable the secure shell. So without secure shell, if we are transferring the information, our information is open. So the any intruders or any hackers, they may learn the information from that. And who needs this? So yeah, the students, if they are using some cloud labs or remote servers, and developers when they deploy the applications, and anyone, they are accessing their college or work servers remotely. So they all need this. They have to use this secure shell for protecting their information. So for those who access remote system, whether it may be a cloud server, a lab or work computer, they have to always use SSH. It will encrypt your information so that no one can steal your credentials. And next thing is, when you see when you are accessing a remote server, you have to see the URL on that. In the URL, the SSL and TLS should be enabled. SSL TLS, it stands for Secure Socket Layer or Transport Layer Security. I have already said that. And the fourth layer of network, it will be enabling communication between the source and the destination. So when the source and destination is communicating, the communication should be a secure one. So when we want to make the communication secure, we have to enable this SSL or TLS. So this SSL or TLS, it will be encrypting the data between the browser and then the website. That is between the client and then the server. So without SSL, data will be sent in plain text. Anyone can read the data. So when the SSL is enabled, data is being scrambled. That is, it will be in an unreadable form. Even the hackers could not understand the data when it is in this encrypted form. So how to check that whether this SSL or TLS is enabled in a particular remote server? So we can see a padlock icon in the address bar. Otherwise, your URL should start with HTTPS. HTTPS stands for secure HTTP, and it should not be simply HTTP. So likewise, we can check that whether security is enabled in the remote server or not. So before entering any password or any payment details into a remote server, you have to check whether that the remote server is secured, whether they have enabled SSL or TLS in their in the remote server. So if they have not enabled, it means that your data is not secured. Please try to avoid that kind of remote servers. If it is missing, your data is traveling unprotected. So like sending a postcard instead of a sealed letter. So you can please avoid that using that kind of remote servers. And the next thing is, another type of protecting our digital information is by using digital signature. So what they do is, the digital signature, they will prove that whether a document or an email, it is coming from a genuine sender or a malicious sender. So it is from a real sender and it wasn't tampered. This digital signature, it will prove that whether the document is genuine or not. It's how they will help you. So they will verify the emails. They will verify the email that whether it is from genuine sources. And when you use a software, when you are downloading a software from the internet, they will prove that whether the software is a genuine one. The downloads haven't been modified, and they will be verifying the other official PDFs what you are downloading from the internet. These PDFs are authentic or not can be verified with the help of this digital signature. So where you can verify that the email have a signed by tag. There will be a signed by tag in the email. The software installers, when you are using a new software, they will be having the publisher verification information that, and then the government and legal documents, they will be having this digital signature there. So you can verify that whether it is genuine or not with the help of this digital signature. So they can't tamper proof this digital signature. Actually, this digital signature, they are made using some hashing algorithm. So when this hashing algorithm is modified, signature will be entirely modified. Steal that, or they can't tamper that. So they tell that your file received is exactly what the sender intended, not modified by the hackers. So this digital signature. This is one form to protect. This is one form to protect your online documents what you are receiving. And we have to have a healthy hygiene habit. We have to avoid some things when we are when we are having a daily online activity. Some things to be avoided. So what to avoid? So we have to avoid using weak or reused password should be avoided. So why it matters? So if one breach, it will be compromising all our accounts. So when a weak password is used or when a password is reused, so if one password is compromised, then they may log in into all your accounts. And then next thing is what we should not do is we should not click any unknown link or attachments that is coming through our emails. So this will be leading to phishing and malware delivery. And next thing what we must not do is we must not use a public Wi-Fi for banking. So we have to only use a private network or our own Wi-Fi network for banking. So this will lead to, when you are using a public Wi-Fi, this will lead to data interception risk. And next thing is, when we are going to use a software, we must not use an untrusted one or a cracked one. Many people are having the habit of using online. And next thing is, when we will be using mobile phone and then laptops. So we should not ignore to make the system updates. The system updates will be automatically coming. It should be done periodically. So when this system updates are ignored, it will lead to unpatched vulnerabilities. So some weakness will be exploited, and that will lead to attacks. And then many people have the habit of storing all the password in a Word file. That should not be done. So they should have the habit of storing the passwords in password manager. So it is easy to steal if your device is compromised. If I am having 100 plus accounts, even my relatives and my colleagues, they are having the habit of storing their password, storing them in a Word file. So that should not be done. And for some reasons, we will be disabling the security features in our, even when we have antivirus in our software, but for some cases we will be disabling that. That should not be done. This firewall, when we are switching off your firewall or antivirus, it means that your system is unprotected, and we should stop avoiding unknown USB devices. In this unknown USB devices, there may be a malware. So we do not know that is a malware. When you are using that USB device, that malware will be transferred to your device also. And then like system updates, we will be normally having security alerts for that security alerts for your device should not be ignored. So these are the 10 things we have to avoid when we want to get protected in your digital life. So there are also some AI tools for protection. So I have listed some tools. There are many tools, but I have listed 5 to 6 tools, like CrowdStrike Falcon. This is one tool. This is an AI endpoint protection. So it will detect the malware patterns using ML. And then Dark Trace. There is a tool named Dark Trace. So this is the use for network threat detection. It will learn the normal behavior and spot the anomalies. And then Sentinel one, this is another one tool. This is used for ransom protection. This will give the autonomous threat response. And the next tool is Proofprint. This is used for email security. So it will scan. It will make an AI scan for finding the phishing patterns. And next one is AI cyber security app. So this is used for personal security scanning. It will monitor all the vulnerabilities in the system. So these are some tools I have listed. These are some free resources and tools what is available, like Bitwarden. So it is a password manager. So this is a link to get that, bitwarden.com. And then next tool name is Have I Been Pawned? Have I been cracked? Or have I been breached? That is the meaning of that. It will check the breached emails. So this is a link to get that, haveibeenpawned.com. And then Google Authenticator. Many of you, I think many of you have the habit of using this Google Authenticator. So this will enable the two-factor authentication. It is available in Play Store or App Store. And uBlock Origin. So this uBlock Origin, it is used as a browser extension. So it is advertisement blocker. Some advertisement can be malicious. We will be getting some advertisements. In that advertisements, they will be asking us to click the malicious link. So this will block such advertisements. And next one is Proton VPN. So it is a free virtual private network. So when you are in online activity, it will create a virtual private network for you. And next one is Malwarebytes. So it is a malware scanner. It is a so it will check for whether a software is a malware or not. So the link to get is malwarebytes.com. So the thing all I dealt with is what is digital life and how we can get protected in our digital life. So stay safe, stay secure, stay vigilant. Thank you for your time today. And cyber security is not a one-time fix. So it is just a habit. So we want to have the habit of doing our day-to-day digital life. We must have the habit of doing that. So start building those habits today and stay safe. Thank you. If you have any queries, you can ask me.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Uma, for such an enlightening and thought-provoking presentation. We will now begin our Q&A session, where you can engage directly with our esteemed speaker and explore Lock It Down, simple ways to protect our lives. Okay, guys, if you have any question, please don't hesitate to type them in the chat or use the raise hand feature. We look forward to lively and enriching discussion. Okay, we have the question from Serena Dwi Hindati. Excuse me, miss, how important is two-factor authentication in protecting personal account, and what common mistakes should user avoid?
Two-factor authentication is very important. Nowadays, everybody have the habit of doing that. When we are, we have to download that authenticator in our mobile phones. So when we are using some mail accounts in some from unknown systems, when we are logging in, a security code will be sent to our app. So we will be enabling the login from our mobile phone. So nobody can misuse our logins, our work logins or Gmail logins. So two-factor authentication is very important. So without that, the hacking will be very easily done.
Okay, thanks for the answer. Okay, the next question from Sia Copley. What are the simplest but most effective steps people can take every day to protect their digital life?
They have to use strong passwords, and they have to verify that their emails, documents are digitally signed, and they have to enable the two-factor authentication when they are logging in, and they have to, when they are accessing the remote server, they can check that whether it is secured or not, whether the transport layer security is enabled or not. They must not leak any personal information outside, like date of birth, name, and then address, and then family names. So these are the some sensitive information That should not be leaked through online. These are the habits they do have. They want to have. Our system must be protected by means of antivirus.
Okay, thanks for the amazing answer. Okay, the next question from Isabella. How can student and young professional recognize phishing attempts, fake links, and online scams more easily?
Madam, I can't get the question.
Okay, I can read again. Okay, how can student and young professional recognize phishing attempts, fake links, and online scams more easily?
How
It's
can
audible.
students enable?
And young
No.
professional recognize phishing
Okay.
attempts, fake links, and online scam more easily.
How can the students recognize the online scams easily? That is the question. Yes, madam.
Yes,
When the
explain.
email, when they are receiving the, when they are receiving the email, first they should check the source, the sender. The sender must not be a suspicious one. So likewise, I have said that in Amazon, uh, everything should be keenly observed. Like in Amazon, the letter O alone is it is replaced by 0. So likewise, in Microsoft, the letter M alone, it is replaced by RN. So when we look in an urgent manner, when we look it looks like M, but it is some other fake sender. So we should be very cautious, and we should not, if it seems to be any suspicious one, or when there is an urgent matter, it is very urgent, please reset password. When the password reset happens from a suspicious sender, we should not do this.
Okay, thanks for the answer. Okay, next question from Delay Recro. How can we stay active on social media while still protecting our privacy and personal information?
No, madam.
Yeah, while
Yeah, I'm not audible.
okay, it's audible.
Yes, madam, now audible.
Okay. How can we stay active on social media while still protecting our privacy and personal information?
Actually, when we are making the post in our social media, it should be very cautious. The personal post, so we should not, somebody have the habit of sharing, they'll be getting a thrill in sharing all their information. So when you share the information, you should be very cautious in sharing the information. Whether some digital credentials. So now you know that which credentials are used to log in. So that the information related to digital credentials should not be shared, like location, address, family names, birthday date, should not be shared. So normally this will be used as passwords.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
thanks for the answering. Okay, maybe the question is finished. Okay, all of the participant, if you have any question, please send the question in the chat. Okay, we have one question. Maybe it's the last question. From David Bogdanov. Why is using the same password from multiple accounts risky? And what is the best way to manage password securely?
To manage the password securely, normally now people all are having the habit of using a password manager. So in Gmail, password manager is there. They'll be using the password manager to store all the information. So even when we are trying to log into the password manager, a two-factor authentication will be enabled. A code will be sent to our mobile phone, and when we have the mobile phone only, we can enter the code and we can enter into the login. So only one Gmail account password a person can remember. All the passwords, even I do have 200 or 300 plus passwords. All will be stored in the password manager. So we should not keep the password as plain text. We should not store anybody. So we should not store as plain text in our system.
Okay, thanks for the answering, ma'am. Okay, the question is already finished. And maybe as we wrap up this enriching lecture, let's capture this moment with a group photo. And the operator will help capture this moment. Okay, hello, operator.
Anand.
Okay, all of the participants can open the camera and we will capture this moment. Okay, the operator will help me to capture this moment. Okay, I will count with 3, 2, 1. Okay, all of the participants can to open the camera because it will make a capture together. Okay, the operator can help me to capture this moment, please. Okay, I will count from 3, 2, 1. Smile for the camera. Okay, thank you to all of your active participants in this event. And this snapshot will be the lasting memory of this extraordinary webinar. Okay, as we conclude this intellectually stimulating virtual lecture series, I think each participant from their dynamic involvement, unwavering engagement, and palpable enthusiasm throughout this enlightening affair. Thanks are also for the all participation who joined here until the end. But everyone, all good things must come to end. But before we close this wonderful session, I want to say something last thing. Thank you for your energy, your attention, and your presence today. You made this event truly special. And once again, thank you for Dr. Anand and Dr. Uma. This is Yunika Safitri. Your MC today is officially signing off. I wish you an exceptional day ahead and have a wonderful day. See you on the next event. Thank you.
Thank you.